words of a God. The words of a God to the son of Jackie and even the prophet. The man spake unto Attila the Hun, even unto Attila and Ukal. Surely I am more brutish than any man, and have no understanding of man, and neither of them wisdom or have any knowledge of the Holy, who that ascended into heaven or descended, who had gathered the wind on his fist, who had bound the waters in his garment, who had established the ends of the earth. What is his name, and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell me? Well, it could be Alexander the Great and Philip. Yeah, a pincer movement. Because if you look at the Greek coins of Alexander, they have horns on their heads. And if you look in the Bible, it says that the Lord will give you a forehead like flint or brass. And Jesus said, I'll make you a new creature. So Moses also has horns on his head. And then if you go down to the pub in town, the Callahan pub, or just off Oxford Street, Callahan, the image outside has horns on his head. So if you look at Alexander the Great visiting the temple of the Hebrews, and the depiction is to spit out Callahan Athelstan, I think that maybe there was the Attila the Hun and Athelstan. They lived for hundreds of years because they didn't live in idolatrous kingdoms, and there wasn't any obelisks. And once you make obelisks and build pyramids and stuff like that, there's a vampire sucking your life force. So today I went down into London, into Soho, and Providence led me there, and I ended up. This is Nebo TV, by the way. I ended up at an obelisk and I walked around it. And then there was a girl sitting there reading a book. She jumped up and walked off. So I read the Bible there. And as soon as I read the Bible, a big rainstorm came. So a big black cloud came over my head. So I walked down. I didn't want to get pissed on by the rain. And I walked and stood in the doorway of a shop. And I was making a video. Next thing, this guy turned up with a baldy head out of nowhere and started trying to get me out the door. He said he was Irish and all. So I asked him a few questions. It's on the first part of this. There's two parts of it. So then I went back up to the obelisk and I read the book of Psalms a few times and walked around the obelisk, and then I looked at it. There was a UFO saucer type thing up one end of the one street. There was a clock telling at one time at one place and a clock telling another time, so I thought, I'll walk round. So I went, as I jumped down, a bike just appeared out of nowhere and nearly rammed into me, and the guy started abusing me. The abuse he was giving me, screaming and shouting. With great wrath, that reminded me of the story in the Bible where Satan came down from a hair, where he was cast down with great wrath to the earth because he knew his time was short. Your man was flipping, he was. So I walked back around by the shop where the fella was blocking the door. He was gone. And so I look in the Bible, I flipped open my Bible and it says the burden of Moab. It says the burden of Moab, because in the night, this is Isaiah, the burden of Moab, because in the night of our Moab and in the laid waste and brought down to silence, because of the night care, Moab is laid waste and brought to silence. He is gone to Bilajit and to Dobon, the high places, to weep. Moab shall howl over Nebo and over Medaba. Are these two different names? And on all their heads shall be baldness, and every beard cut off. In the streets they shall gird themselves with sackcloth on the tops of the houses. In their streets everyone shall howl, weeping abundantly. And Heshbon shall cry, and Eloi, their voice shall learn that Jazahaz, therefore the armed soldiers of Moab shall cry out, his life shall be grievous unto him. Now, wear baldness, the guy that you can see him on the first part of this video is wearing baldness, but obelisks send energy up along ley lines up into the sky, and according to the Bible, that's where Satan is, above us, and he hasn't been brought down to the earth yet, but when he did come down to the earth, so the pyramids and all send all this energy up, and the idols and all. So if you pull down the idols have to go. That's why you see the people lived longer. So now you see like people are only living by sorcery, means of sorcery. Pharmakia was Greek for sorcery, witchcraft. So say like for instance the AIDS virus, people died over that because it's a virus because of people's wickedness and sexual immoralities. And it was particularly prevalent in the homosexual community in the 70s and the 60s. I watched a documentary about it. Actually, one of my friends died. He used to call me his angel. He used to say, oh, there's me angel. He came back from Amsterdam. He was a ramp boy. He looked like a girl. He won beauty pageants. And when I first met him, I thought he was a woman. He was an older woman. And I used to go and see him when he was dying of AIDS. But all his friends died because he sexually pleased half of Europe over in Amsterdam. Where was all his friends when he was dying of AIDS? Only his poor young new friend Neil used to come, Nebo, he used to come and see him, and he used to say, oh man, there's me angel Neil. He used to call me his angel. Callow, they used to call me Cal O. Yeah. And he was my pal. I used to see him on his deathbed and all. And my best mate was, my best pal at the time was his brother. He's a homosexual now as well. People think I'm homophobic. I'm not. I just don't like to hear shy from male, female, or whatever they call themselves, transgender or homo. I'm into the Bible, the truth. So anyway, the obelisks, them obelisks are feeding your energy up into the sky. So I think Attila the Hun, Attila, Athelstan, Oitila, these are all the same people, and they lived for hundreds of years. They just moved around destroying the idolatrous kingdoms. That was their job. They lied to the Gentile to pull down the obelisks. And that's why they have horns on their heads. You can see the Greeks, if you Google Greeks with horns on their heads. You see how much time is left on this. Yeah, you see Greek with horns on their heads. So Callahan, they had boats in them days. They could travel around, and they lived longer. Moses lived for 120 years and all. Moses never made it to the promised land of milk and honey. It's a similar story to King Mil and all of his sons. Mil of Spain, he never made it to Ireland because he went into Egypt as a sergeant. And when Alexander went into Egypt, he said he died. But are these people after really dying, or did they live for hundreds of years like in the Neanderthal Valley? Because people have recorded in history, in real history, in the truth books, of living for hundreds of years. It took Noah 120 years to build the ark. That's how long it took him. And he died when he was 700 or 800. But he probably would have lived longer if cities didn't proliferate on idolatry, because idolatry is a form of vampirism. And you can tell that what's his name? The Epic of Gilgamesh. It was actually Gilgamesh who built the pyramids. That's why they're so big, and they're put on the center of the globe. I reckon if you remove them, the earth will tip on its axis or some stuff like that. They done something anyway. He says you can tell by the line that was built there by Gilgamesh. It was put there. You can read the Epic of Gilgamesh, and it tells you the seven something, and then it's up to the constellation of the seven stars. The plough, they value the plough, the leprechauns, the fairies, the pharaohs, the pharaonic line and all that. That's them. The seven sisters, the plough. And the Dan dwell deep, they worship the Dan. You can watch the videos if you know what's going on. I don't have much time to go, but the burden of Moab, but then it goes in, because you know that the burden of Moab happened just before or around the same time as the destruction of Damascus, because you have the burden of Damascus. Behold, Damascus shall be taken away with the city, and it shall be a ruinous heap. That's happening right now. And just before that, it says the throne of David shall be established, and a ruler of righteousness, and stuff like that, and justice. The burden of Moab, for a cry, for my heart shall cry out for Moab, and his fugitives shall flee unto Zorah, and heifer of the years old by the morning of Lilith, and weeping shall they go for in the way of Hebron. It says they go to the high places as well. Apparently there's something up there that we don't know about, but there's effigies. If you go down into Soho and have a look. God bless Nebo TV over and out.